Since 2016, the Virginia Department of Forestry has honored more than 50 landowners for their stewardship of a century forest, timberland that's been in the same family for at least 100 years. Just like participants in the popular Virginia Century Farm program, century forest owners have strong emotional ties to their land.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to walk through the woods and look and know that your grandparents, my grandfather was right here, and my father was here, and I'm here, and my granddaughter's here. My daughters have been here. My son-in-law, particularly Cora's dad, has hunted here and loves coming here to hunt. And these are memories. Memories can be bought. They can't be sold. And we're just so thankful that we've gotten the designation, because so many tracts of land have been split up, so many are cut over and change hands. And I understand people have to do what they have to do, but for us, the land means a great deal.
His family roots go back 6 generations in the Northern Neck, and Andrew Packett is the 3rd generation of his family to own and manage this forest land. He's been working with foresters to manage the property since he was 19 and takes pride in managing it both for continuity and to provide wildlife habitat.
I have memories of coming in planting the trees here back in 1962, as a young boy coming in planting the trees, and that I sold those trees as beautiful timber to pay for our daughter's education. For timber to reach its full maturity in pines, it's about 40 plus years. So depending if you wanted to get to that maturity, and that's a long commitment.
Packett loves to tell stories about hunting squirrels and other game in the woods as a boy. Fortunately, his family shares his love for that heritage.
It's easy to imagine that you're standing somewhere that, your family 100 years ago would have stood. And then to have that, growing up, you wonder who you're going to marry. And I never anticipated that, I would have the wonderful experience of marrying somebody who would love this place as deeply as I do and spend as much time. I think Dustin's probably spent as much more time at Red Hill than I have, just walking and hunting and enjoying it. And this morning we were hunting and we saw all kinds of birds, and we were wrapping up our hunt and then just stood and watched a titmouse and a black and white warbler.
I think I've stepped foot on every inch of that property. I've seen it, flooded. I've seen it bone dry. I've seen flocks of turkeys, lots of deer. I've seen the wood ducks come set in at sunset in the beaver pond back there. I've sat in a tree and watched minks play on the ground. The wildlife, you get the hardwoods and the pines, and you've got the marshy areas and the beavers, and there's just everything is just right there on the edge of Warsaw that people, hundreds of people drive by every day, and they just completely clueless of what's beyond those pine trees. So it's pretty awesome to get in there and to be able to see that.
It takes some paperwork and documentation to get your property certified as a century forest, but Packett felt the recognition was important. He works with professional foresters to decide what trees to harvest and when to do controlled burns, and how to cut timber in an environmentally safe manner. Forest management is a business, and whether you raise crops or trees, he feels it's important to pass it to your heirs. That's why he took the time to do his estate planning early on.
I think that's very important, because then you can sleep at night knowing it in perpetuity. If you think that much of it and you value it enough to leave it to your children, or you want to leave it to them, then that's one of the most important parts, is spending that little bit of money to make sure it is passed down.
When I look at the forest, I see so many opportunities to make new memories and just enjoy life while we're living here, and to look back at the past and see all the great memories that we've made with friends and family, and just knowing that this is our life.
Packett knows that trees are a crop like any other. They just take much longer to be ready for harvest. The Century Forest recognition shows his family the importance of taking care of the forest land so future generations can not only enjoy it, but benefit from it.
As I look at this forest and I look at the whole designation of Century Forest for this Red Hill tract, it brings me great joy to know that one day my granddaughter or grandson will be able to hunt here, that they will make memories, that they'll be here and hear an pileated woodpecker, or they'll see the turkey run through, that they'll see a deer rubbing up against a cedar sapling, that they will walk these woods, that they will walk the roads to manage the property and realize that everything of value has a responsibility.
In Richmond County, Virginia, I'm Ricky Gibson reporting.